It's now time for Energy Insights, where you get an inside view and local perspectives of all the oil and gas progress going on in the Mid-Ohio Valley. This program is being brought to you by the Southeastern Ohio Oil and Gas Association and can be heard every Saturday at 9 a.m. on local radio WMOA AM 1490 and ESPN radio WJAW FM 100.9 and AM 630. It's now time for the show. Here's Johnny Wharf, your local host.
Johnny Wharf on Energy Insights and Don Huck with Artex Oil Company. Our guest again on the program. We thank you for being a part of this program with us and sharing some insights, as it were. And I'll tend to ask these questions from the layman's term because that's what I am. But perhaps as we spoke last time, Mr. Huck, you mentioned the construction of these well sites, and now maybe we can touch for our listeners in layman's terms the completions, or what happens after that is producing.
Sure. Well, once you get the well constructed, you get your pipe in place, you get it cemented in place, you get all your zones isolated. The next thing you want to do is try and get the oil and gas out of the ground. So you got to get holes in the pipe. So what the next process is to drop in there with what they call perforating guns. They set off a charge that shoots a hole in the pipe, and that gives you a connection back to the reservoir. From science fairs, I think if I was a kid listening to this right now, which I kind of am, that sounds like the fun part of this when you get to that. Well, it is. I mean, from a standpoint of you spend this kind of money to get the wellbore in place, sooner or later you want to get your money back. That's what we're all in business for. So yeah, you want to do, that is the fun part. You get to shoot the holes in the pipe, then you get to follow it up with your treatments, your stimulations and completions and that sort of thing, and that's when you start to produce oil and gas. All right, take me a little bit deeper into the perforations. So how do you go about that from the ground down? Well, you've got a truck that's got a wire line coil on it. It's an electric line, so you hang this gun on the end of it. You drop it down. It's got a counter that tells you how deep you are. You go down. You get correlated to where your formation is subsurface, and then you set off. You give it an electric charge. It sets off the shots, and the shots shoot a hole through the pipe. You might do it one at a time, or you might do 50 at a time. And then from the geological aspect of it is, when you're drilling down, is it easier at the beginning or in the middle or at the end, or does that vary? It just depends on what formations you encounter. There's all kinds of different things. Or you might find something shallow that makes a lot of water, or you might find something that wants to drink whatever drilling fluid you have, and it goes the other way. So if you're trying to control a well and that sort of thing, that's a challenge. You've got some zones that have hydrogen sulfide in them or whatever, and that's something from a safety standpoint we all want to deal with and know that it's there. So there's a lot of different things you encounter, and you just address them one at a time. Well, Completion 101 with Don Huck, Artex Oil Company, here on Energy Insights on the radio. We thank you for tuning in, and you can tune in each Saturday morning, brought to you here on the radio by Southeastern Ohio Oil and Gas Association.
Thank you for listening to Energy Insights, brought to you by the Southeastern Ohio Oil and Gas Association. Tune in every Saturday at 9 a.m. on WMOA and ESPN Radio WJAW as Johnny Wharf brings you your local and inside perspectives of the oil and gas progress going on in the Mid-Ohio Valley.